Hi everyone, it's Jeremy, and 2020 is finally, thankfully, coming to an end. And it's been a year, to put it mildly. I'm going to share with you in a few minutes one question that's been on my mind pretty much since the beginning of this pandemic. I think you'll find it helpful. It certainly helped me. But first, let's talk about 2020. You know, it's brought a certain amount of shock, I think. I can't think of one person that I know, certainly not me, that would have looked at the books in January of 2020 and thought the year would have ended or gone on the course that it has. So certainly there's been shock, there's been upheaval. You know, I know so many people who have been furloughed, who have lost their job, who have had to reinvent their business or lost their business entirely. It's been a crazy year of upheaval. And at the same time, you know, I can't help, and maybe it's just the eternal optimist in me, but I can't help to see hope and opportunity here. You know, I think we're trained as humans to see things as either good or bad. We're very quick to categorize things. We put things in a box that says, hey, this is good, it's awesome, or it's completely bad. And I think, you know, it's a bit naive to think that way. You know, there's good and bad in everything. There is ups and downs, and no matter how good you eventually find something to be, sometimes those things start out as bad situations in your life. I'm reminded of a story about a ship and a captain. You know, the ship goes through a horrible storm that they didn't see coming, and at the end of the day, they get through it, they get to the port, and they ended up learning how to sail a lot better because of the storm. Would you call the storm good, or would you call it bad? I don't know. It's bad. You might have gone through it, but if you came out stronger and you came out better than what you went into it as, perhaps it was a good thing. So let's not be so quick to judge 2020 as a good year or a bad year, but fight through that to find the things that are worth salvaging out of 2020. For me, that's been an exploration of my ego, an exploration of the things I'm attached to. See, I got to the place where I had to stop attaching my worth, myself, to what has been, and start to deal with things in the reality. And that's been a bit of a gift for me. You know, I've learned to recreate and re-envision my life in certain ways that have been happier, led me to more happiness, I should say. You know, not only professionally, but personally, there's been a bit of an upheaval. And again, some of that has been forced. It hasn't been something I would have wished at the beginning of the year. But now that it's upon me, I've learned to see things in a much better light. I think the question that I've asked myself, I've asked others and friends that I've talked to, has been, you know, how have you found marginal wins within this year? Something to definitely consider is, how are you measuring your success? What's the playbook? You know, the playbook has been completely upended and destroyed. If you're measuring your success as a person, as a human being, as a family member, as an employee, as a business owner, by the old playbook, I think you're missing something there. You've got to start to reinvent yourself in a way that you're not only being gracious with yourself in light of some of the circumstances, but you're giving yourself a new goal on a daily basis. Maybe you're not going to hit your initial goals that you had at the beginning of 2020, but can you find incremental wins on a daily basis that get you closer to another larger goal? I think another way you can see it is, the longer you continue to hold on to normal, or what you consider normal to be, the longer you're going to bash your head against a wall. At the end of the day, I see life as 25% of finding yourself and 75% about creating yourself. And that holds true even in a pandemic year. Who are we creating ourselves to be? Part of our challenge, perhaps, is that we're so attached to who we were and what we were prior to the pandemic that we're having a hard time transitioning. But if we look at this pandemic perhaps as a gift, I know that might be sacrilegious to some people who are really struggling right now, and I don't mean to make light of the struggle or the fact that there's real problems out there, but could we move beyond that problem? Could we see this storm as something that has been a gift for us to learn how to sail better? The ultimate question that I mentioned at the beginning of this, that I continually ask myself, is, now that I don't have to be who I was, who do I want to be? And I pose the same question to you. Now that you don't have to be who you were, who is it that you want to be? Hope this helps. Sharing from the heart, just my point of view, and maybe you get something out of it. If you like this, share it. Till the next time, be good. Talk to you soon.